following is a presentation of the National Sim Racing League of America. Enjoy the race.
Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is qualifying for the penultimate race in season number 7 of the NRLOA Chick-fil-A Cup Series. We are here at the Phoenix International Raceway. This is uncharted qualifying for the Castrol 500-kilometer race. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, we might crown ourselves the champion with Elijah Gordon. We'll just have to see. But right now, these uncharted guys, they want to get in and possibly get a race victory before the season rounds out here. For a lot of these guys, it's going to be the last opportunity they're going to get in attempting a Chick-fil-A Cup Series race. Number 85, that is Nick Smith this weekend, and he is in championship contention over in the Turkey Hill Series right now. That race will be coming up in an hour over on Napa Fan. I definitely recommend you watch that one. It's a pretty good one for the Arizona 200. Either way, Nick Smith's going to be the first guy to complete a lap here at the Phoenix International Raceway in Castrol 500-kilometer qualifying. We got the number 36 machine. That is Ashlin Boyd. The number 71 of Ying Canario is out there. The other car that came out was Eli Bright in the number 74. There's Matt Tuck once again in the 98. Cloudy day right now here at Phoenix. We'll have some fast times in this session. And there's the 85 completing his first lap of the session. He's going to be second fastest as Ashlin Boyd moves up to the top position. The 71 machine of Ying Canario tied him for the fastest time. Remember, the top two advance on to the main event. They'll qualify with the other 40 full-time drivers, and they'll race tomorrow morning in the 63-lap event here at Phoenix. Eli Bright will complete a lap right here. Fourth fastest for the number 74. And Canario just went to the top of the board in the number 71. Great run for him right there. 97, Casey Hoffman. We might be seeing him full-time in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series next year. There's some talks about that, possibly. He was going to make a full-time effort this year, but missed the sign-ups and had to settle for the Turkey Hill Series. Had a great outing on the few races he's had in this number 97. Matt Tuck, a winner this season at Pocono. This might be his last chance to make it into a show here for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series this season. 67 machine. That is Noah Clifton this weekend. And finally, it's somebody other than Cameron Gaju or Mark Davidson in this ride. I think it was 10 straight races for those guys. But now it is Noah Clifton in the ride, as he is 7th fastest. Right now the fastest two guys are Nick Smith, who was the first guy out there, and now Ashlin Boyd, who just went back to the top of the board, I should say, and the number 36 machine. Great run for him. Matt Tuck to third, not going to be enough to advance on to the main event. It's still Ashlin Boyd and the 85 of Nick Smith right now. We'll have to see if they can advance on here. This is one of the best races we get every year here at Phoenix. I mean, lots of times it's actually a crash fest, but if we can tone it perfectly, the racing here is exciting. Side by side consistently. Both lanes run rather equally here at the Phoenix International Raceway, unlike most of the racetracks we go to. And it definitely makes it a very interesting event here. But definitely a great racetrack, and I'm looking forward to this penultimate race of the season. It's going to set up the finale race next weekend, and it could clinch the championship for Elijah Gordon, so we'll talk about that when we get to the pole qualifying. Matt Tuck just went to the top of the board right there in the number 98. But Noah Clifton took it away from him. It's now Noah Clifton and Matt Tuck, the two fastest guys here in uncharted qualifying. And the times keep on getting faster here at Phoenix, and that's going to make qualifying very interesting for the pole. Later on in this video, you'll see who gets it, and it's going to definitely be critical, because here at Phoenix it's kind of hard to work your way from the back to the front. So if you start deep in the field, it's going to take a lot to work your way to the front of the race. So if Elijah Gordon gets a bad starting position, watch out for him possibly allowing Stuart Grattan to close in for the championship. And Diego Yepes also has a slim chance. They are the only three that have any mathematical shot at the championship at this point. And under the old format, we'd have a lot more than that, but I'm going to watch out on those 3 guys specifically. Everybody else in the chase is mathematically out. So we'll have to see how it all goes down tomorrow morning. And later today, because where you start is going to determine where you finish. Very critical here at Phoenix. Ashlin Boyd, fastest in uncharted qualifying. Once again, he went up there and knocked off Noah Clifton. And Ashlin Boyd, I think this is going to be at least his 6th race of the season that he's qualified for. So he's definitely gotten a lot of seat time in these races for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Hasn't come home with a win, but he's definitely shown a lot of strength in these uncharted qualifying sessions. And if he gets a full-time ride next year, definitely watch out for him to be a threat in the championship. It's going to be fun to see if any of these guys make it in next season for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Matt Tuck in the 98. Doesn't look like he's going to advance on, and he won't. It's going to be Ashlin Boyd and Noah Clifton on to the Castrol 500K here at Phoenix. Let's go ahead and set the starting lineup here for the Castrol 500K. Who's going to get the pole here for the penultimate race of the season? And here we go to set the starting lineup here from the Phoenix International Raceway. The sun has come out for the Castrol 500K qualifying session. And there he is. He's going to be the first guy coming out into the racetrack. The guy who could clinch the championship tomorrow morning. He comes into this race with a 55-point lead ahead of Stuart Gratton. And if he finishes ahead or just a few positions behind Stuart Gratton, he's got the championship in hand, no question about it. So Elijah Gordon definitely the guy to watch out for tomorrow, and a very good chance he could clinch it tomorrow morning and clinch the championship 1 race early. So didn't really expect that going on when we decided to announce this championship format for this season. But Elijah Gordon has definitely come through and capitalized on a lot of the good runs he has had as of late. I think he still finished top 5 or close to it at Rockingham. He has been in the top 10 pretty much the last 5 races at this point. And it's something that Stuart Gratton's actually still in contention. So what do you think is going to happen tomorrow, William? Will it be Elijah Gordon clinching it, or will something happen to him and Gratton, who has won this race before, by the way, close in and have a shot at Homestead next week?
I think given Gratton's luck, he's probably not going to win the title. So I think Elijah's going to win it.
Just going to have to see. Tomorrow's race is definitely going to be interesting. Elijah Gordon, 3rd fastest right now. But a lot of guys out there on the racetrack. There's Cameron Garlington, and there's you. And if you're wondering why William's in the booth, end of the season, letting some of these guys who couldn't co-commentate throughout the whole season because they were in the series do so. And yeah, it's been a tough season for you guys. They're in the number 88 machine, but a tough season for a lot of guys. And as the season winds down, I know a lot of you guys kind of just want the season to end, but you never know when a win could happen. So you're just still trying to fight for that. So you're 2nd right now. William Brock up the 2nd with Ace Garcia fastest, and now Luke Rainey, Cameron Garlington, and the 06 of Christian Vargas the top 5. Elijah Gordon is now 10th as Stapleton goes to 2nd. And we did see in the uncharted qualifying session that as the session went on, the times got faster, so that could definitely shape up to make an interesting session right here. 7 minutes left, and still a lot of guys who want to get that pole position, but the fastest guy is the number 92 of Ace Garcia. Nope, not anymore. Luke Rainey just stole it away from the number 92. There's Stuart Gratton. We're going to focus on him here and see where he falls in line here. Elijah Gordon is 5th fastest right now. Gratton is going to have to hope for a very good run here if he's going to be close to Elijah Gordon qualifying. It doesn't look like he went to the top 10. That lap for Stuart Gratton was 41st. The slowest lap of all the guys who have completed a lap so far. Last guy, Alexander Rowe. So not quite what Stuart Gratton wanted there, but still early in the session. He might get a good lap here. And he He did improve it, but just by a few positions. It's not at all what he needs. And the thing about Elijah Gordon, he has been qualifying very well. We've talked about Brad Stover being a very good qualifier this season. Elijah Gordon has done that in the chase, and that is partly why he is where he is in the points coming into this thing. So we'll just have to see where it all lines up. He is falling back right now. He's down the 13th fastest. And Stuart Gratton, oh, he just leapfrogged him right there. 15th for Gratton, 16th for Elijah Gordon. So a great lap there for Stuart Gratton. And now it's a lot tighter than it was earlier. So just like that, it all changes. And Gratton now in position to possibly find a way around Elijah Gordon in this race. But the thing is, he's going to have to finish. Let me see, it's 46 for the win, 1 for last place, so 45-point difference is going to be the margin there. However, given that Elijah Gordon doesn't win this race, of course, if he were to win this race, he would clinch the championship. So, looking ahead to Homestead, Gratton would have to win the race and Elijah Gordon finished last if it was a 45-point gap. Under that situation, Gratton would win the championship because that would be Gratton's second win of the season. Elijah Gordon only has 1 win this season, so Gratton does have that tiebreaker if he gets the win at Homestead under that situation. That's if it's 45 points. So that means Gratton has to finish 10 positions ahead of Elijah Gordon in this race tomorrow morning to have any mathematical shot at winning the championship next week at Homestead. So we'll have to see how it all shakes out for him. Elijah Gordon is falling back. They're still right on each other, and it could just end up being which one finishes on the inside lane and which one finishes on the outside lane here in qualifying. Right now, Gratton's on the inside and Gordon's on the outside. That could mean all the difference in tomorrow's race for those 10 positions. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens in tomorrow's race, especially considering where these guys are right now. They're kind of deep in the field as well, 25th and 26th. Not quite where they want to be. So what do you think's going to happen if they finish the qualifying results right where they're at? I mean, Gratton would have that chance at pulling away, being on the inside lane right there.
Well, I think the only thing they're going to have to do is just try and make their way up to the front. And, you know, like you said, if Stewart wants to have any shot at the championship, he's got to finish 10 spots ahead of Elijah. So, it's very crucial for him.
Definitely is. Keep on looking at it. It's still 25th and 26th for those guys. And Gratton hopes that it stays there because the inside lane is important at the start of the race. As the race goes along, the outside lane can work pretty well, but at the start of the race, I think that inside lane is where you want to be. In the long run, that inside is the better lane. But either way, we haven't really talked about who's up top, and that's Justin Roberts right now in the 83. I don't think it'd be his first pole either. I think he's won a pole this season. Can't remember where it's been, but still a great run for the Pepsi Toyota of Justin Roberts. Noah Clifton is second. Roger Ray, Luke Rainey, Zachary Fitzwater, Matthew Phillips, Patrick Smith, Ashlin Boyd, William Brock, and Cameron Garlington, the top 10. That is currently the way they're run here at Phoenix in pole qualifying for the Castrol 500K. And now Gratton is 26th, and Elijah Gordon is 27th. And that's not at all what Gratton wants to see. Gratton's not really advancing his time here.
Yeah, if he definitely wants to have a better shot at the championship, he's really got to pick up some speed.
And right there, somebody leapfrogged those guys, but another guy leapfrogged them, so it's back to being the outside lane for Stuart Gratton. I don't think Elijah Gordon's going to advance his time. I don't see it happening for either Gordon or Gratton, so we'll have to see where they finish at the end of all this. We do have Julio Caesar moving up to 9th in the top 10, but other than that, that is the top 10. It's pretty much the same as it was earlier. We're just going to have to see. Justin Roberts right now the fastest guy. Looking for his 3rd win of the season. We're on race 29, and we've yet to have a 3-time winner this season. Have a lot of guys who can do it. Justin Roberts, Zachary Fitzwater, Ace Garcia, those guys have all won twice this season. And they might all have a shot at winning tomorrow. Christian Vargas, another one of those guys who's won twice. His teammate John Stewart as well has won twice this season. Kingart's won twice this season. A lot of guys who have won twice this season, actually. And there's our last winner, Jordan Carter in the 26. Got the win at Rockingham. That rather wild race. Near the end, he pulled away with it. Kind of came out of nowhere to get that victory. So, pretty high hopes for that team coming into this race. Jordan Carter, I have no idea what he's going to be doing next year. He might come back, he might not. This could be the only season we see him. But either way, great to see him get a victory last weekend at the Rockingham Motor Speedway. Back to where Grattan and Gordon are, and it's 30th for Grattan, 31st for Elijah Gordon. I mean, Grattan, all he needs to do is just pull away from Gordon. I mean, Gordon's 31st. It's not at all what he wants. And I will say this, Diego Yepez is 81 points behind. Now, Yepez is currently, find him here, 33rd fastest, so he's back in there too. But Yepez still has the slightest of chances at this championship. He'd have to win this race. Elijah Gordon finish outside the top 40. And a similar thing to happen at Homestead as well. And he also has to leapfrog Stuart Grattan in that situation. But he still has a mathematical chance at the championship coming into this race. So we'll have to see. I don't think he's going to go anywhere because he's right now... Oh, he actually did improve his time a little bit. You know what? He just went to 4th. Oh my, that changes everything right there. And Yepez has done a very decent job as of late here in the chase. So, he could be a threat to win tomorrow, especially starting 4th. So we'll have to see if he does that. And with Yepez doing that, that pushes Grattan back to the inside and Gordon to the outside. And we're closing in on the end of this session. So that right there by Diego Yepez could mean the whole championship. We'll have to see. It's going to be interesting tomorrow morning. That's all I gotta say, and that's it. The session's done. Which means Justin Roberts has won the pole for the Castrol 500K. Noah Clifton will start alongside him. Got a few ties in there, but the main focus is right there between Grattan and Gordon. Grattan's got the inside lane, and Gordon's on the outside. They start in the same row. But if Stuart Grattan finishes 10 positions ahead of Elijah Gordon in tomorrow's race, there's still going to be a championship fight heading into Homestead. Anything otherwise, only unless Elijah Gordon finishes really deep and Diego Yepez wins the race. Of course, it's going to have to be 40.5 points each race for Diego Yepez to tie Elijah Gordon. So Yepez could theoretically finish 2nd, and Gordon finish last, and Yepez still have a chance. But it's still a really long shot for the number 32. But we'll have to see how it all goes down. As the race goes along tomorrow. It's a very simple championship battle here, which is good. I shouldn't mess it up too much, but still, it's going to get interesting tomorrow for the Castrol 500K. We'll have Trey Wright in the booth along with me and William, so check that out tomorrow morning. Congratulations to Justin Roberts on winning the pole position. And that is it for me here from Phoenix for qualifying. Later today, it is the Arizona 200 and the Turkey Hill Series over on Napa Fan, and tomorrow morning on Napa Fan Castrol 500K. I've been talking long enough. Congratulations to Justin Roberts, and I will see you guys later.